Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. There have been a number of filings today, March 31st, 2025, matter styled as Idaho versus Kohberger, which have not yet hit the docket. Some will not because they were filed under seal. We learn by looking at the case summary page what these items are. You can review the case summary page by plugging into any search engine Idaho cases of interest maintained by the Idaho Supreme Court. Scroll down to Idaho versus Kohberger and you can click on the link for the case summary page. This is maintained by the clerk of court to document all key events in the case. Please turn to page 85 of 86 of the case summary page. Go towards the bottom and you'll see the filings for March 31st. They are as follows. Number 1, amended notice of filing declaration in support of defendant's objection to the state's motion in limine regarding text messages and testimony. This relates to one of the multitude of important in limine motions seeking pretrial rulings that the parties have filed and that will be entertained by Judge Stephen J. Hippler on the 9th and, if necessary, going into the 10th of April. That's next week. The next item on the docket is also a PDF item, supplemental response to request for discovery. This is defendant's third supplemental response to request for discovery regarding expert witnesses, penalty phase. This comes from the pretrial and trial order that was filed by Judge Stephen J. Hippler. It was rendered by him on October 9th, 2024. It set forth all of the deadlines for the parties' respective expert witnesses for both the case in chief, the guilt phase, which is the first part of the proceeding, and then in the event that there is a conviction, there will be a series of expert witnesses that the parties had to disclose to each other and to the court. We see here that the defense has come in right on time with their filing. This is a PDF document, and just by way of clarification, when you see PDF on the case summary page, that's a public document. We should be seeing it coming up on the court docket, hopefully in the next day or so. The next item is motion to redact or seal newly filed records. This is motion to seal exhibits to defendant's third supplemental response to request for discovery regarding expert witnesses, penalty phase. This is probably the curriculum vitae, aka resumes that you see addressed by the court in the October 9th, 2024 order regarding disclosure of expert witnesses and what their anticipated opinions would be at the penalty phase, if necessary in this case. Again, the penalty phase will only occur if there is a conviction. Next, subject to documents, motion to redact or seal newly filed records, exhibits to defendant's third supplemental response regarding expert witnesses, penalty phase, that has a lock and key icon that tells us that that is under seal. Now we see the parties coming in right on time with respect to items concerning jury questionnaires. Also from the October 9th, 2024, Judge Stephen J. Hippler pretrial and trial order directing that if the parties had objections to the other side's proposed jury questionnaires, which both of them filed last week, specifically March 24th, the 31st of March was the deadline to file their objections. And so we see them coming in both motion to redact or seal newly filed records, motion to seal defendant's objections to the state's proposed jury questionnaires. And then the fifth and final document is subject to document motion to redact or seal newly filed record, sealed state's jury questionnaire proposals. That must be the objections because they filed their proposals on the 24th of March already. This will now conclude this episode of the Indie Zone podcast. My name's Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.